The Introduction to Computer Studies. This one, it is for all those that are able to use a computer or any device like a computer. For example, a smartphone, whether it is Android phone or it is a laptop or it is an Apple phone. You can use all those devices. So the information that we are going to give out, it is all combining all kind of computers. That's why we are to give the introduction first. So from the introduction, there is a topic summary of Unit 1. We have computers today. Unit 2, we have evolution of computers. Unit 3, we have uses and functions of computers. Unit 4, navigation. Unit 5, there is what we call categories of computers. So on this one, it is where you will see between the palm top, there is smartphones. For example, we talked about the Android. There is the Apple phones. There is a palm top, I already mentioned. There is the desktop. So you will see the different types of computers. When we talk about the categories, we shall look about the types. So categories are types. Then there is classifications of computers. Is when we shall see the classes of computers. There is class 1, class 2, class 3, whatever. So there you see the supercomputers, you see the whatever. So the topic today, it is going to be introduction to computers. Now, introduction to computers, Unit 1, the one that we are starting with, we have what we call computers today. Computers today, we shall start with the what is a computer. So anyone who knows what is computer, you can now send me a comment there by telling me the answer you have, which is different with mine, or we can discuss whether you have a better definition than mine. But moreover, I have got a lot of definitions. Those who want a long definition, I have it. Short definition, it is still there. And whatever definition that I have got everything about the computer, it is there. So, what is a computer? Hope I have someone there. I sing me, but I'm seeing you. You can comment for me, please. Okay, if there is someone who is writing, you can write. I can read for you. I can read for you again and again, so that you write. If you are making notes, by the way, these are good notes. You can use them in whatever the level, at the university, at the O level, those one in your certificates, the degree, diploma. These notes are so good and nice. So you prefer to have them. Okay. A computer is an electronic device that operates under control of instructions to input, output, store, and manipulate information and data. That a computer itself, as a computer, is an electronic device. It is a device that uses electricity. And devices that uses electricity, it is where we get the word electro. It uses electricity. That's why it is called electronic device. For example, you have a phone, it is an electronic device. For example, you have a TV at home, it is an electronic device. You have a flat iron that you use to iron your clothes, it is an electronic device. So here, a computer is an electronic device because it uses electricity that operates under control of instructions. Who gives a computer instructions? You as the user. You, a human being. You are the one that controls. So a computer can't operate minus you. A computer can't operate minus someone to control it, to give it instructions. Okay, we have seen some computers that operate under instructions, but those instructions you may find sometimes they are given by a robot. And who designed a robot? You are the one. You, a human being. So the user is the one that gives the instruction to a computer. So a computer is an electronic device that operates under control of instructions, which instructions are given by you to input, so that it can receive your instructions. You give instructions to input. Then after inputting those instructions, you give it. For example, you may tell those friends of mine that use robots at home to cook, to wash, to do whatever. And for example, I've got a friend, my American friend, who is a soldier. They use, for example, robots. They send them the war, and they go and fight. So moreover, I find that those robots that they input their data so that they do what they want. So robots, when they reach there, they do what they want. They do what they have sent them to do. Then they output. How do they output? They output by sending signals that we have reached now what to do. For you, you just command. So who is commanding is the user. So, and another example of input and output. As you are typing on the keyboard, as you are pressing letters on your phone, whether it is the Apple phone or Android phone, for example, you are typing, you are sending a message, you are inputting data. So the computer, it will receive because you have instructed it to do so. It will receive. Then you will send. After sending, it will output that information by sending to another person to receive. So after sending, remember, you will remain with that message in your phone, which means the phone or a computer, after sending the email, it keeps the message, which means it has stored in the process of sending, in the process of inputting data, in the process of the other person receiving and answering. We call that one manipulates information and data. Manipulate, it is like a process. A process. So it processes the information and the data, or it manipulates the information and the data. So another example about a computer, take it like this. You a woman, or you are a guy, or you are someone, or you yourself, you can't just move at home. You go to the market. Reaching the market, you buy Irish potatoes or tomatoes. For what now? Which means you're looking for what we call food. A food you are looking at, you are going to eat. So what is it now? Let us look at the information from you going to the market. Now, for you, you are the user. You go and buy food. When you buy food, you bring it at home. When you bring it at home, you do what? You instruct. You instruct. If the Irish potato, you have to prepare them. After preparing them, you put on the stove. You cook. After cooking, to make an information, someone to understand that, you need to pass through the process. Which process is that? You give the instructions to what you have collected from the market. After giving instructions, those instructions are processed. After being processed, then you get food on the plate. You start eating, whether they're chips, whether they're whatever, but already you have got food. So now that is now information. You input, then you output. So that one was just an example. But a computer is an electronic device that operates under control of a human being of a user. A user might be a human being, might be a monster, might be a robot, whatever. It controls under instructions to input information, to store information, and manipulate information or data. That is all. And I gave you an example of having your phone. You type in letters. You may say HELLO. Then you press the button of send. It goes to a certain number. Tap. When it reaches to that number, then it shows you your message has been sent, which means you have input. It has stored. After stored, it has manipulated by sending to another person. Even the other person has received. Then it gives you the results of your message has been sent, which means you have input, it has output. Another simple process, it is you to type the letter H. It is just written on the keyboard H. You press on H, it enters, and you see it on the screen. Already you have input and it has output, which means you have already the information. Then you can decide to save that letter. You can decide to save that data. Even if you have not sent it anyway, you can just store for future use. That is what we call a computer. Let us continue. That one was my first definition. Next definition is, all these definitions you see, they are for computer. A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information and data. Very simple. It is a device that uses electronics, that uses electricity, that manipulates information and data. It manipulates. I told you that the word manipulate, it is like process. It processes information and data. Now, let us look at this. It might look like confusing. There are some people I can see here who are commenting, who are subscribing. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please try to subscribe. Only what I need from you it is subscribe. Yes, I can see. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Wow. Okay, let us continue as we are subscribing. I'm going now to talk about these two things. You all know what we call electronic device. A device that uses electricity. It is an electronic device. If you get a phone, if you are charging your phone, if your phone is having a charger, if it is having a battery, it is an electronic device because it uses electricity. Today there is these cars I always see. For Elon Musk. Elon Musk? Yeah, Elon Musk. These cars are called Tesla. That American man? Tesla. Those Tesla nowadays, they use electricity. You go and charge. After charging, it gets power. Then, which means even that Tesla, it's an electronic device. Which means things are now moving on electronics. They are just using electricity. No need of again using fuel or whatever. So please, you can now see things are now using a computer. When you see anything using electricity, anything, just know that now they are bringing that whatever of computer. So everything will be using computer. So you better learn computers. Back to the point. Computer is an electronic device that manipulates information and data. Why manipulating information and data? Because information is the processed data, and the data, it is the unprocessed information. Which means data, it is got from the survey. It is unprocessed information. It is an information that is very hard to understand. But information, it is what is very simple to understand. Very simple. Yeah, it is just information that it is processed. Simple. That everyone can understand. For example, if it is the food, it is already cooked on a plate. You just go and recognize that this is now meat. Meat for what? A cow. Oh, pig. I'm sorry. Pig. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Shark. Stars. Sorry. But there are our friends who are using it, so it's okay. But now, when it is on plate, now it is it is an information you can now understand. Now this is meat. But when it's just in the kitchen, you haven't cooked it. It is just there. You can't understand which food you are going to eat. It's going to make a kebab. It's going to make a pizza. It's going to make what? Because you find the things are just scattered in the kitchen. You don't understand. That is data. You just look at things. But when you go at the dining, when they have already prepared the food, you may say, wow. Now you have information to tell that, you know what, they cook the chips, they cook the macaron, they cook the whatever, and you find that now you can tell someone, even if you are calling, you may tell that, now they have cooked the chips, which means you are giving the real information. But when they have not yet prepared anything, things are just scattered there, you find their salad, no salad, you have vegetables, and meat, for goat, for that one piggy, for chicken, and so you can't understand which dish they are going to prepare. So that is now data. I'm just giving an example because data is an processed information, and information is a processed data. So I'm just giving information that information is something that is already prepared that you can recognize and know that this is this. But data, it is just the raw facts, that they are facts that are not understandable. Another definition. Let us look at the last definition. The last definition says, it is what? It is computer is an electronic device that operates under control of instructions. Under control of instructions. I told you before that the control of instructions, it is there are instructions that they are applied to it so that it operates. Who applies them to it? It is you as the user, or you as the user. You might be a human being, it might be a robot, it might be a monster, but it is operates under a certain control and control of instructions. Then it stores. Then after storing, it retrieves information and data according to the set of instructions given to it. Yes, now look at this. For example, today there are devices, there are cameras. For example, alarm systems, for example, doors. You may find that a door recognizes. You reach on the door, it recognizes you, it opens without even touching on it. It opens, you enter, then it closes. When someone will reach the door that doesn't recognize, when it reaches there, just close it. It doesn't open. It might end up even giving out an alarm. It alarms that no, danger. So you see, you find that it was instructed that a certain person and a certain person, they are the one who are supposed to enter here. This person and this person who are not having data on it, no, not recognized, just shout danger. So those alarm systems, the cameras, for example, we have seen with some cars that even you can't drive it, you can't start it. it just needs a certain sample of a blood, a certain sample of the thumbprint, a certain sample of the iris, a certain sample of just a facial, a facial detection. So something like that shows that such devices control under certain instructions. So the last definition says is an electronic device that operates under control of instructions to input, output, to input, to output, store and retrieve information and the data according to the set of instructions given to it. Thank you. We meet next time. Hope those ones that online, as I'm coming back for the second lecture, we shall meet and continue from there. I hope to get your comments where I've made a mistake. Tell me in which way you want me to teach, then I see the way I can fix that onto this program. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I love you. May God bless you. Amen.